Amidst the vast array of 50 caliber rounds, one name emerges from the shadows, the infamous Raufoss Mk, a true force to be reckoned with. This enigmatic ammunition, boasting a multipurpose anti-material, high-explosive incendiary and armor-piercing nature, possesses the ability to render moderate armored vehicles and helicopters helpless before its might. The fervor surrounding this munition has captivated military enthusiasts and experts alike, as its reputation precedes its every deployment. However, its immense indiscriminate power comes at a cost, prompting certain governments to take action and ban its use when enemy troops are in the target area. Despite this, fervent debates persist, with some staunchly advocating for its continued presence on the front lines. In hushed tones, it has even been hailed as the ultimate 50 caliber round available in the market today. While the allure of the Raufoss Mk cannot be denied, the controversy surrounding its extraordinary potency has ignited a fiery discourse. The question lingers: should such a weapon of unparalleled destructive prowess be wielded, or is its restriction a necessary safeguard in the face of its awe-inspiring capabilities? As nations grapple with the dilemma, the legend of the Raufoss Mk only grows, whispered amongst military circles with reverence and trepidation alike. A magic bullet. High-explosive incendiary, or HEI ammunition, is a type of specialized military ammunition designed to cause damage to its target in two ways: through a high-explosive charge and by starting fires. Each hit disables the target immediately with the explosion and causes further problems for the crews, who now have to deal with the fire and leave the security of the vehicle. Originally developed for large-caliber cannons and naval artillery, HEI rounds can now be easily found in medium-caliber sizes like 20, 25, and 30 millimeters. They're used in various platforms, ranging from aircraft and anti-aircraft cannons all the way to anti-missile systems and battlefield howitzers. HEI ammunition was once used against tanks and armored vehicles, but modern armor systems like Chobham and reactive armor have gradually made it less effective for this purpose. More recently, armor-piercing incendiary, or API shells, have been used, which first penetrate the target using kinetic energy before the incendiary round ignites, causing fires and destruction. The primary uses of HEI ammunition have been in naval batteries and land-based howitzers. They can start fires on ships, which are challenging to extinguish in tight spaces, and can cause vehicles to be completely engulfed in flames. However, due to bans on the use of phosphorus weapons, incendiary shells are no longer used by many countries. Instead, HEI rounds are more commonly employed for destroying soft targets like air bases, trenches, or bunkers by creating fires with extremely high temperatures. Still, among all bullets, there's one that boasts so much power that decision-makers have not come to a consensus on whether or not it should be banned. Small-town dreams. In a small town called Raufoss, Norway, there was an ammunition manufacturer established in 1896. They were known for their innovative ideas and unique creations, but it wasn't until a century later that they would create something extraordinary. Nammo, which stands for Nordic Ammunition Company, was founded in 1998 by Raufoss in tandem with Finnish company Patria and Swedish company Celsius. Together, the group manufactures ammunition, rocket engines, and space-related items for defense and aerospace purposes. They have branches in various countries across Europe, as well as the United States. Jointly owned by the Norwegian government and represented by the Norwegian Ministry of Trade, Industry, and Fisheries, the company is still headquartered in Raufoss, Norway. Over the years, Nammo has made significant acquisitions, including the U.S. munitions company Tally Incorporated. They have also supplied munitions to several countries, including the Israeli Defense Forces. But allegedly, their crown jewel was their remarkable 12 7mm multi-purpose ammunition, best known for seeing combat by American and Norwegian soldiers in the war in Afghanistan. However outstanding, the technology behind the bullet has led to concerns about potential violations of international law. All-rounder. Known as the Mark 211 Mod 0 by the US military, the Raufoss Mark 211 is truly extraordinary. Unlike regular ammunition that simply explodes on impact, multipurpose ammunition was designed with a special twist. Instead of using a mechanical fuse, they used a pyrotechnical ignition train. This ensured that the explosive and incendiary components inside the ammunition would deflagrate or burn rapidly rather than detonate, making it safer and more controlled. The name multipurpose perfectly described what this ammunition was capable of. It had an armor-piercing tungsten core, a slow explosive, and an incendiary component. This combination allowed it to pierce lightly armored targets and cause damage inside after penetration. Therefore, it could take down helicopters, aircraft, lightly armored vehicles, and unarmored vehicles, and it could even ignite jet fuel. As versatile as it is powerful, the ammunition had the destructive force of a standard 20mm round against such targets, and could penetrate 11mm of rolled homogeneous armor, or RHA, at a 45-degree angle from a range of 1,000 meters. The way the multipurpose ammunition deflagrated created a unique fragmentation pattern. The fragments spread out in a 30-degree cone, making it even more effective against its targets. Unsurprisingly, it didn't take long for this incredible ammunition to become very popular, especially for use with sniper rifles and heavy machine guns. It was frequently used in the Barnett M82 rifle and other 50 caliber BMG rifles, as well as the mighty M2 Browning heavy machine gun. However, as with any impressive creation, there were some challenges. Hands in the cookie jar. The power of the Raufoss Mk 211 came at a cost. More precisely, a $75 US cost per round of ammunition. Such a complex design made it costly to produce. As a result, it became more limited to special mission profiles and not used as commonly as regular ammunition. Despite its cost, the multipurpose ammunition was highly sought after, and several US arms manufacturers obtained a license from NAMO to manufacture the round themselves. Over time, the ammunition went through different revisions, denoted by trailing letters like FN or F3 to improve its performance and keep it up to date. But back home, the controversial projectile ignited doubt. There have been concerns about NAMO's sales to countries involved in conflicts. The Norwegian export control laws prohibit selling munitions to such countries. While NAMO stated that they are not responsible for the use of their munitions after purchase, some critics argued that this goes against the spirit of national export regulations. To bypass Norwegian laws, NAMO outsourced manufacturing to plants in the US, Finland, and Sweden. Caught in the crossfire. The mere existence of such a powerful weapon has indeed sparked controversy. Overall, the debate is whether this ammunition is suitable for use against personnel or should be strictly limited to anti-material purposes, meaning it is exclusively meant to target equipment. The International Committee of the Red Cross has been actively advocating for a ban on this ammunition because of its potential danger to personnel. The ammunition contains both incendiary and explosive components, which raises concerns about its impact on individuals in combat situations. In hindsight, the St. Petersburg Declaration of 1868 was one of the earliest attempts to restrict the use of certain types of projectiles in warfare. According to this declaration, the military or naval use of explosive or incendiary projectiles weighing under 400 grams is forbidden. However, it's worth noting that this declaration only applies to signatory parties. The Hague Conventions of 1899 and 1907, which came later, replaced the St. Petersburg Declaration and were signed by a broader group of nations. These later conventions permitted the use of such ammunition for autocannon and heavy machine guns, including those firing 50 caliber or 12 7mm ammunition, which qualify as heavy machine guns. The ICRC's position against the Mk 211 projectile can only apply to countries that were parties to the St. Petersburg Declaration and may not be binding on all nations. For one, the Norwegian government's official stance is that the Mk 211 should not be used against personnel. However, they have made an exception for snipers using this round because it's impractical for snipers to switch between different types of ammunition when engaging both hardened and soft targets. We're excited to have you join us on this adventure. Give us a thumbs up to show your support, and make sure to hit that subscribe button for Dark Tech's never-ending stream of captivating content. As you embark on this incredible journey, don't miss out on exploring our other Dark Documentaries collections. And remember to turn on the notification bell so you won't miss an episode. Stay tuned.